Hey everyone, Nat Daddy here with another Omni review. Today we're going to check out Conan the Barbarian. They call this the original comics. This is the stuff that Marvel put out originally, so the first Conan stuff way back in the 70s and that. But this isn't put out by Marvel. This is put out by Titan. Titan does the Conan comics and the Red Sonja stuff and that nowadays, so that's kind of cool. They made this look very much like a Marvel Omnibus. So I don't know if Titan actually owns the properties to them now, or if Marvel just sold this to them as well for them to reprint while they're doing the Conan stuff right now. But either way, I was happy to get this. It does have all these great issues in the back here. So it says Conan's original comic adventures are back and looking better than ever, remastered to their original coloring. So we got issues 1 through, let's see here, I think it's 26 or 28. Down at the bottom here is down to 28. And then you have 2 issues of Savage Tales, which they're stories that are contained within here already, but these are the more adult versions, which they tamed down for this here too. This second issue here never even came out. So again, it was kind of, made more suitable for the comics code authority and put into one of these. I think it was issue 12 actually. So yeah, let's jump into this. I love Conan. He's one of my favorites, just like Red Sonja. I always watch the original Conan movie, at least once or twice a year with Arnold in there, and that's truly a great movie. Love this cover here, iconic cover. I had a copy of this originally, but then I sold it, so that's one of my ones I'm vowing to get back. Nice inside the dust jacket here, nice and simple. It's the Conan logo. Again, here in one of the symbols on the back here, we see plenty of. All right, let's jump into it. Some great artwork there, inside here. Hall of Famers in my book, Barry Windsor-Smith and Roy Thomas. What I noticed in the beginning here is for the first few issues, Conan is a little bit younger, and he's a little bit more slimmer, a little bit more leaner. He definitely does bulk out later on in the series. So has all those great stories in here. Plus, there's quite a bit of stuff like this, history, text, and that. So because Conan has been around for so long, from Robert Howard, and there's just a lot to go through. So here we are in the first issue here. Great coloring in that. Nice and clean and simple. Fantasy style stuff. If anyone is a Conan fan, definitely check this out. There's this, and then there's the Savage sort of Conan stuff, which is more of the magazines, which I also have as well too, but I wanted to read this one first. So again, great coloring, lots of great monsters, and I had only read issue 1, and I had read the 2 Red Sonja issue, the debuts 23 and 24. So a lot of the other stuff was all new to me. And I quite enjoyed it. There is a continuing story from, the beginning to end, Conan traveling through the lands there. There are a few reoccurring characters that show up, villains and friends and foes as well too. But again, very enjoyable. I actually read this pretty fast too. I was surprised, but anyway, it's enjoyable to read. There is quite a bit of text in some places. Some of the issues themselves are mostly just exposition, or we're gonna call that. It's almost like done in storybook form. It gives it kind of a feel like they're telling tales of yonder and that. So, and that's how they introduce Cull. So. Look at these classic great monsters. And Conan here, he's not quite the lug that you see in the original movie there, that because Arnold could barely speak English back then. So he does some one-liners in that, but he's still pretty much just Conan, And again, I like how they always put in the original letter pages and house ads and that as well too. So yeah, very fun read. No matter what, Conan seems to be captured and can get pretty much out of any situation. Just, you know, being a simple man, whether it's just fighting or having unbreakable will. Not to say he doesn't have fears. He's deathly afraid of anything like magic and wizards and stuff. So that does pop up in here as well too. So this one here we see a few times because this is the one, like I say, they kind of tone it down, you know, to make it more, to get past the review laws they had back then, the Comics Authority. In the Savage Tales of Conan, which we see afterwards, they see a one that hasn't been edited, so you see a little bit more nudity in that. Like this one here, in the picture, she's completely naked. There's no gauze like that. So, and they do show that later on in here too. Versus a shark. All kinds of monsters as well. Always a woman involved. It's kind of a bat god monster type of thing. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Looking forward to Volume 2 when it comes out pretty soon. This was originally supposed to come out early spring, summer of this year, and it kind of got pushed back a couple of times. I heard rumors that was because they had some printing errors, so that could be the reason why, but like I said, this has been a good book. This was the book that won the poll I put up on Facebook on which should be my next Omni to read. This book and the Marvel versus DC were both tied. So I flipped a coin and this one won. So the next book I probably will do will be the Marvel versus DC. So, you know, there's the Red Sonja ones we were talking about. Again, in these original first appearances of Red Sonja, they have her in a full chainmail. No, not running around like we normally see her in her bikini style. So, yeah. Always a little bit of controversy on which issue is the first appearance. They say this is the first full appearance and the other one's just a cameo. Even though in issue 23, she's in tons of pages, tons of, you know, they call her by name and all that as well. So kind of like the Hulk 180, 181 Wolverine thing. So great coloring. I love all of this. So again, up to about issues 26, I believe, and then we switch over to the Savage Tale stuff. So, yeah, only one issue of this, and then it got canceled, and they didn't even put out issue 2. But like I said, they adapted it into the regular run there. And then quite a big section at the end, which I always enjoy, of like bonus material. So they got scripts. Original scripts, essays, and articles done about this over the years. Again, more original thumbnails and sketches and that. Original page work, covers. At the end here as well, one of the things I always like seeing, I mentioned it already, is the house ads. The ads they had back in the day for upcoming projects. That's what I was talking about earlier there. See, in the original one, lots more nudity. Some of it's just very minor, but you had to appeal to the Comics Code Authority back then. So again, here too, same thing. But that didn't appeal to magazines back then. That's why the magazines like this, they had Blade and the Draculas and the horror stuff. And more... was more allowed to be a little bit more free with this stuff. So that's the way I think Conan should be. And Titan is doing a great run on Conan nowadays. I quite enjoy that new book there. So seen a few of these over the years as well. Pocketbook versions of the issues. I almost bought that one time. Our friends at 204 Comics had that. Alright. So like I said, this is volume 1 of originally the Marvel stuff, but now it's Titan doing all the Conan stuff, and they're doing a great job of it. So volume 1, Conan the Barbarian, the original Marvel year stuff, or they call it the original comics omnibus. Pretty cool. Do check it out. That's Nat Daddy. Hope you like this. Please like and subscribe, all that jazz. Let's try and grow those numbers. And we'll see you in a while for another Omni review.